inside the Simpson garage there at Rockingham?
Oh, well. No, sir, it had nothing to do with any testimony.
You just remember that you had this tape at some point?
It was brought to my attention that it was possible that I was going to testify to the execution of the search warrant.
All right.
And during my research of that, photographs, etc., I remembered that we did have a videotape.
Now, with regard to this video, there were a number of officers out there on the date that video was shot, right? Correct?
There were several patrol officers. I believe there was maybe 7 detectives, 4 from robbery homicide, 3 from West LA, and I believe Mr. Fung and Ms. Mazzola, and I think the print people had already left.
Just so we're clear, you were there, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And was it your understanding that this video was shot during the execution of the search warrant, or had all items been recovered by that time?
All the items within the residence had been recovered at that time. I knew that there was some presumptive tests that we were still doing, but as far as I was concerned, all the evidence had been recovered, yes, sir.
All been recovered except for maybe some presumptive tests, right?
That's correct, yes, sir.
All right. And just quickly for us, can you give us the names of the detectives from robbery homicide who were present during the taking of this shooting of this video?
It would have been Detective Haro, H-A-R-O, Detective Harper, H-A-R-P-E-R, my partner, Detective LaFall, L-E-F-A-L-L, myself, and possibly Detective Roberts, and that's the only ones that come to mind right now, sir.
All right, and you mentioned something from West LA. Anybody from West LA you recall?
But that would have been Detective Roberts from West LA. I would have to check the crime scene log to be sure.
All right. Now, at some point, you were told that you might have to testify in connection with the search warrant?
That's right.
In this particular case here?
Yes, sir.
You didn't testify in any of the pretrial motions, did you?
No, sir.
All right. And when were you told that, and by whom?
I was told that the last week of February of this year, and I believe it was Detective Van Adder who informed me of that.
So in February, Van Adder told you might have to testify in connection with the search warrant?
That's correct, yes, sir.
And then you started looking at photographs and videos, and you discovered this tape, right?
Looking at photos, yes, no video, but I realized we had a video at that time, yes.
All right. And when did you bring the fact to the attention of the district attorney's office that you had this video?
That was either March 22nd or March 23rd of this year, sir.
So even though you knew you discovered it yourself back in February?
No, I believe it was probably a week or 2 after that that I discovered it.
So maybe the first part of March?
Yeah, within the first 2 weeks of March, yes, sir.
All right. And you told the district attorney's office about this, or some representative, on or about March 22nd?
That's correct, yes, sir.
Who was told?
Detective Tom Lang was told, at which time we made a notification to the city attorney's office, and then it was then subsequently turned over to the district attorney's office.
Who in the city attorney's office did you talk to?
I don't recall the name, sir. I didn't make the call.
Right. That would have been in the first week or so of March?
No, that would have been on March the 22nd
right.
or the 23rd.
But when you first discovered it during the first week of March, who in the robbery homicide division did you talk to about this?
Nobody.
You didn't tell anybody at first?
No.
All right. And when's the first time you told somebody in robbery homicide?
It was either, it had to either be March 22nd or the 23rd because that was the first time that it was brought up by myself.
And who'd you tell at that point?
Detective Lang.
So any particular reason you didn't tell anybody between the time you discovered the first week of March and March 22nd, 23rd?
No particular reason other than that I didn't at that time feel that it was something that they needed to know because of the reasons it was being held initially.
I see. And what was your understanding for why this tape was shot originally?
It was shot strictly for administrative purposes to record the valuable items in Mr. Simpson's residence and to prevent any civil liability that might arise in the future.
Was there a city attorney on the premises on the date it was shot?
No, sir.
And when you saw that tape, you saw, however, strike that. Were you aware that the man who shot the tape had received instructions to shoot every and anything inside the residence and most of the exterior? Were you aware of that?
My understanding of the instructions were that he was to film the valuables in the residence and to do a cursory filming of the exterior. Yes, sir.
Did you, in watching the tape, did you see the glove on the table that was zoomed in on?
Yes, sir.
You didn't consider that one of the valuables, did you?
No.
All right, Mr. Cochran, we're going to need to break here.
Can we approach this a second? Well, we can approach.
Well, what I anticipate doing at this point, breaking here, I have a 1:30 calendar. I have a white-collar sentencing hearing with 4 defendants at 1:30. So I anticipate recessing this now and reconvening at 8:30 on Monday.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
All right. Detective Luper, I'm going to order you to return Monday morning, 8:30. Don't discuss your